If you're watching this, you're probably at one of two stages. You might be just starting to explore what it takes to become a doctor in Australia, or you've already cleared your AMC Part 1 and now you're preparing for the clinical exam. And whichever stage you are in, that feeling is the same. Excitement, hope, but also a little bit of confusion. Because the moment you decide, yes, I want to move to Australia, you are flooded with 100 different versions of the same story. One website tells you to start with EPIC verification, another says no, do your English test first, and before you know it, you have 10 tabs open and even more questions than answers. But here's the truth, Australia isn't confusing, it's just unfamiliar. It's actually one of the most structured, transparent and IMG friendly systems in the world. Over 48% of new medical registrations in 2024 came from international doctors. Which means if you are an IMG, you're not just applying to work in Australia, you're applying to work with it. Welcome to Go Campus, your trusted space for medical career guidance for India and international pathways. If you are new here, we simplify complex medical journeys from India, UK to Australia, USA and UAE licensing, helping doctors like you take the right steps toward a global medical career. And in this video, I want you to show exactly how this journey works from the standard, competent authority and specialist pathways to what life in Australia as a doctor really looks like. Your workload, salaries and long-term growth. But more importantly, I'll also show you how you can shortcut months of uncertainty by joining our 4-day AMC workshop happening this November in Bengaluru, led by Dr. KP Balan, a practicing emergency medicine registrar in Australia. This isn't another session. It's hands-on structured workshop designed to help you plan, prepare and perform. And the best part? You'll also earn 24 internationally recognized CPD points and a certification that adds genuine value to your professional portfolio. So, whether you're still exploring Australia medical pathway or already preparing for your AMC Clinical, this workshop is designed to meet you where you are and give you a clear path forward. Let's start from beginning. Why are so many doctors choosing Australia right now? Because it offers the one thing that most countries don't, structure and stability. There's a clear process, transparent assessments, and in fact, nearly half of new medical registrations in Australia last year came from international graduates. That's huge, and it's not just the numbers, it's the lifestyle that wins people over. Imagine this, you're working 38 to 40 hours a week, not 80. You get 4 weeks of paid leaves, plus another 2 professional development. You have time to actually live your life, explore and still grow as a doctor. Financially, a junior doctor earns around 59 lakhs to 63 lakhs a year and specialists can go well above 1.4 to 2.3 crores a year depending on their specialization field and location. And if you are wondering about long-term plans, yes, permanent residency is absolutely achievable. Australia's skills in demand visa now prioritize healthcare professionals and most IMGs can apply for PR within 2-3 years of starting work. So if you have been dreaming of a career that's rewarding, stable and balanced, Australia honestly checks all the boxes, and to see how you can actually get there, let's break down how AMC pathway really works. Alright, let's get into the process because this is where the most IMGs get confused. There are 3 main pathways to become a doctor in Australia, and choosing the right one early makes all the difference. The first and by far the most common is the standard pathway. This is for MBBS graduates who have completed their internship. Your journey usually looks like this. Now the AMC Part 1, also called AMC MCQE exam, is your theory stage. It's a computer-based multiple choice exam with 150 questions covering medicine, surgery, pediatrics, obs and gynae, psychiatrics and public health. Once you clear that, you move to AMC Clinical, an OSCE style test where you are assessed on communication, diagnosis and patient management across 16 stations. There's also an alternative to the workplace-based assessment or WBA. Here you're assessed through a real supervised work in an Australian hospital over 6 to 12 months. It's highly practical and has an incredible 98% success rate. But it's competitive and depends on hospital availability. The second route is the competent authority pathway. This is for doctors who have already cleared exams like PLAB, USMLE, MCCQE or NZREX and worked under supervision in those countries. Here's the advantage. You can skip both AMC exams and move much faster towards registration, often within a year. And the third is the specialist pathway, designed for doctors who have already completed specialist training, like internal medicine, surgery, emergency medicine and more. Your application goes directly to respective Australian college such as RACP or ACEM for assessment and recognition. This table gives you a clear comparison of the 3 AMC pathways across key factors like eligibility, timeline, cost and success rate. So in simple terms, the standard pathway is where most IMGs begin. The competent authority pathway is for those with prior international experience, and the specialist pathway is for consultants seeking recognition in their field. Once you know which one fits your background, the rest becomes much easier to plan. Now that we have covered the routes, let's look at what the AMC journey actually feels like in real life and how you can prepare for each step strategically. Since the standard pathway is the most common route for IMGs, the next big step is preparation. And that's where having the right study material can make all the difference. Because the AMC exams, it's not just about studying hard, it's about studying smart. Let's start with the AMC MCQ preparation resources, the one officially recommended and widely trusted by successful candidates. Here are some of the most reliable ones. Most candidates combine these with question banks like AMC MCQ Bank or mock tests to strengthen recall and accuracy under pressure. Now, once you have cleared AMC Part 1, the focus shifts from theory to practice, and that's where your clinical preparation begins. Here are some IELTS tools that help you train like you're already in Australia. And remember, clearing the AMC Clinical isn't just about clinical accuracy. Communication plays a huge role in your score. To improve your communication skills, check out these structured resources. These resources are especially helpful for improving the way you structure conversations, handle difficult patients, and demonstrate empathy and professionalism, the qualities examiners really look for. So, whether you are starting with the MCQ or gearing up for the clinical, having a solid study plan with these resources will save you months of uncertainty and give you the confidence to move toward your AHPRA registration. Now that we have covered your preparation roadmap, the next step is to put your plan into action, starting with knowing when you can actually take these exams. Let's look at the upcoming AMC MCQ and AMC Clinical exam dates so you can start planning your preparation and booking timeline with confidence. Now that the AMC dates for 2026 are officially out, the real question is, where do you begin? Because between exam timelines, documentation, study resources and pathway choices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. You might be wondering which study materials actually matter, which are the high yield topics that I should concentrate on. How do I stay consistent when I'm juggling work, family and finances? And even beyond exams, what's life really like as a doctor in Australia? How much I can earn? What kind of a work-life balance can I expect? What's the current job market for IMGs right now? These are the exact questions most doctors struggle with, and they are also the ones that Google or Telegram groups can't answer clearly. That's exactly why we are hosting a 4-day AMC workshop which will be in person and online, led by Dr. KP Balan, Emergency Medicine Registrar in Australia, where you can get a complete structured experience that gives you clarity, direction and real-world understanding of the Australian pathway. So what exactly happens inside the workshop? Let me break it down. From November 24th to 27th in Bangalore, you'll be learning directly from Dr. KP Balan, an emergency medicine registrar currently working in Australia. Day 1 is your orientation and it's hybrid, so you can attend either online or in person. It's perfect if you're still exploring Australia or preparing for AMC Part 1. We cover everything you need to know to plan your move. Complete overview of our Australia standard and specialist pathway, real job market insights and what recruiters look for in AMC doctors, how to select the right study resources and structure your prep, clear overview of salaries, visa and PR timelines, building a career plan aligned with Australian workforce demand, and a live Q&A with Dr. KP Balan to get your questions answered directly. By the end of day 1, you'll walk out with a clear and confident plan, no guesswork. Then comes day 2, 3 and 4, which is the AMC Clinical Workshop, which can also be attended in person and online, but it's best attended in person so that you can experience the hands-on AMC Clinical training. This is where it gets exciting. Train like it's real clinical exam with OSCE style stations in medicine, surgery, pediatrics and more, mannequin based simulations and role plays, communication counseling and ethics mastery, application of Australian clinical protocols, examiner style feedback from Australian doctor, exclusive interview skills, training for hospital jobs, and earn 24 internationally recognized CPD points plus workshop certificate. This workshop becomes a turning point for IMGs who are tired of figuring it out alone and want to learn directly from someone who's been through the processes, cleared both the exams in her first attempt, and now works inside the Australian system. And if you are wondering why this experience stands out, here's why. So whether you are still exploring your options or already preparing for your AMC Clinical, remember, success in this journey isn't about collecting information. It's about having clarity, structure, and the right guidance. The 4-day AMC workshop gives you exactly that. That's a clear roadmap. Someone who's been through the processes, cleared both exams, and now works within the Australian healthcare system. Seats are limited, so if you are serious about your Australian dream, now is the time to act. Dates: November 24th to 27. Location: Bengaluru. Comment Australia to reserve your seat. And before you go, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more such informative videos. Thank you for watching.